Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Bashman and I'm going to be showing you how to do your grid for your pen and ink drawing. So let's take a look at some of the supplies you're going to need for this today. You're going to need to get a T-square. This is a T-square. It's going to be in the container at the front of the room. It's a metal yardstick and it has a 90-degree angle stop right here at the top of it. You're going to need a regular pencil, not a mechanical pencil. Don't use a mechanical pencil for this. If you don't have any, I have some at the front of the room. Give them back when you're done. You'll need your big white eraser, your scissors, which are in your container in the center of your table, and your glue stick. You will also need, once you have printed out your picture, you will receive your picture in several sheets of paper and a piece of scrap paper, and you're going to get a piece of Bristol board. I'm going to leave that for you today. So this is the Bristol board that we're going to be using, and it is the same on both sides. Doesn't matter which side you use. Just take out a piece. You're going to put your name on the back, and then we're going to do a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch grid on one side. So this is how you're going to do your 1/2 inch grid. You're going to take your ruler and you're going to line it up so that the stop here is right up against the edge of your Bristol board, not the edge of your table. Make sure it's on the edge of your Bristol board. And we're down here at the bottom, somewhere at the bottom of the page. And you are going to start out by marking every inch and make sure your head is kind of directly over where you're putting your numbers. That way everything's lining up. So I'm putting a mark at the 1, the 2, the 3. We're eventually going to make this into a 1/2 inch grid, but some people like to start with the 1 inch and then go down to 1/2 inch. Just makes it a little easier to do the 1 inch. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I'm going all the way to 23. Now I'm going to slide my ruler up my paper so that I'm somewhere in the middle. Again, that stop is right up against the edge of your Bristol board, and you will again make a tick mark at every inch. You notice how my head is moving. As I'm moving down the ruler, I'm keeping my eyeballs right over top of that ruler. That way I know that my pencil marks are as accurate as possible. And remember, don't press hard. We don't want to press hard, and we don't want to use mechanical pencils because the mechanical pencils will dig into the board and then you end up with divots and ridges and all kinds of things. We don't want that. So now we're sliding our T-square all the way to the top of the paper, again making sure that this stop is right up against the board, and I'm going to have to stand up for this one. And I'm going to go 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. We do this 3 times, every time, because that creates a fulcrum point in the middle. If you accidentally put one of your marks in the wrong place, that fulcrum point will tell you, because two of the marks will line up, one of them is going to be off. There we go. We have 3 marks. I know it's hard to see because I do them really lightly, but they're there. Now I'm going to flip my page around, so instead of being in the landscape position, it's now in the portrait position. And this time I'm going to flip my ruler over so it's laying flat. You know when you flip it this way, you see how this end of the ruler kind of has a little lip under it? It's sitting up on top of the paper. I'm flipping it over, there's no numbers on this side. It's laying flat on the table. And I'm going to locate those first 3 dots. Here's 1, 2, 3 dots. I line up those 3 dots. And I make sure that the ruler is flat on the table. When I draw my lines, hold your pencil way back here. Loosely, floppy, lightly draw your line. I know some of you are going to be extremely heavy-handed, but lightly. I can still see the line. It's connected all 3 of my dots. Now I'm going to do it again. Connect the next set of dots. Again, loosely, lightly, just whisper it over, and then slide up to the next 3 marks. Slide across. And the next 3 marks, and slide across. All right, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to fast forward and finish this, and then I'll start again.